Hello and welcome to the next part in the series where I'm building a home office stroke music room in my garden. In this video we'll be installing the Epdm rubber roof and fascias. With this type of roof covering I'll be using two different types of fascia. The first is more traditional on common homes, and right now I'm using a table saw to cut it down to the right height. One thing I have decided to do is, rather than use traditional PVC soffits as well, is to stick with timber, as this will nicely fit in with the lock and fill that I'm going for with the cladding. Here I'm cutting out some notches so that this soffit trim will fit around the corner trim. Now I start fixing the soffit trim to the underside of the roof before fixing the fascia trim over the top of this. The fascia trim is an L shape so that water will drain down off the side and drip off onto the floor rather than dripping down the side of the building itself, which helps to protect against any water ingress. Now it's time to fit the fascias themselves, and before I do so I'm using the second fascia, which is actually pre-drilled, to mark where I want to fix all of the nails into the first fascia so that when the two are together all the holes are lined up and it's a really nice finish. fascias are on, the next job before fitting the roof itself is to fit some batten to the rear of the roof and the drip fascia, so that basically the rainwater will run off the top of the roof and down into the gutter. And this overhang ensures that all of the rainwater will fall straight into the gutter channel. Now that the fascias are on, it's time to start fixing the roof. I'm using Epdm, which is becoming an increasingly popular choice for flat roof coverings over more traditional felt roof coverings, as it's actually cheaper and has a greater life expectancy. Epdm can last around 50 years, whereas traditional felt roofs are more like 10 to 20 years. To adhere the Epdm roof covering to the roof itself, we're using two different glues. The first is called a water-based deck adhesive, and it's applied to the OSB and covers the majority of the roof. The second glue is called a contact bond adhesive, and it goes around the last 20 centimeters or so of the edge, and it's applied to both surfaces. Once applied, allow it to go tacky before folding it over and then using something like a seam roller to push down and get a good bond between the two materials. If you check out a website like Rubber for Roofs, you can buy the full Epdm kit, which comes with all of the adhesive and trims that you need. Now that I've adhered the Epdm to the roof, I'm fixing the second set of trims before cutting off any excess roof material. The second set of trims have a padded edge that, once compressed, help to create a fully watertight seal and essentially direct all of the water down off the back of the roof rather than off the sides. Here I'm using a product called Bond to fix on the corner pieces. It's important to note the manufacturer recommends a spacing of 1 cm between joints to allow for expansion, and when fixing corner pieces or trim joints you should fix only one side to allow for this movement. There we have it, the roof completely finished and watertight. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do like and share. Please consider subscribing so that you don't miss the next video in the series where I'll start to fit the door and window. Until then, thanks for watching and bye for now.